Fine. You want her? Okay. I had never spoken words as true as the ones I had just said, and maybe that's why Antonio had been confused, because it wasn't like me to stake claim to anyone or anything. But Riley was different. Her blonde-colored hair reminded me of the sun, and her smile was something I pictured in my mind day, night, the in-between hours, even as I cut off people's fingers and threatened to kill their families. It was fucked up, but it was what it was. The air in the SUV seemed to grow thick with heat, so much so the humidity fogged the window, suffocating me. I tugged at my shirt collar, hungry for a breath of fresh fucking air, at least to clear my head. I've never heard you talk about someone like that, boss. How'd you know she's the one? You never really talked to her before. Antonio was close in age to Riley, so I presumed he would understand her emotions to the conditions I was going to lay out for her. But me? I was older and wiser, and I knew a good thing when I saw it. Any man that was too blind to scoop up Riley and treat her like a queen needed to be shot, like her abusive father. I don't need to talk to her. I just want her. And need her. I narrowed my eyes at the house as Riley's slim form disappeared from view. Seconds ticked by, and just like clockwork, Mark pulled down the cul-de-sac and into his driveway. The Sullivans lived a very comfortable and somewhat lavish life. They had nice houses, 2 to be exact, a couple of luxury vehicles, and yet they didn't have enough money at all. I watched curiously as Riley opened the front door, greeting her father as he entered the house. This was going to destroy her, rip her heart out, but I'd be there for her to piece her back together, little by little. It's showtime. Grab the guns, rope, and duct tape, I ordered. I didn't plan on hurting Riley, not if I didn't have to. I'd throw her ass over my shoulder and carry her out to the SUV if I had to. I didn't care if she fought me. I expected her to fight, but not like her parents would fight me. They were who I worried about. I'd check them for weapons, tie them up for safe measure, and threaten them a bit if need be. The deal was simple. Riley was mine and the debt would be settled. So long as Riley listened to me and didn't run, that deal would remain intact. I'd do my best not to hurt her, but everyone else was fair game. I slipped my 9mm into the holster that was fastened to my slacks and exited the SUV. Antonio got the items from the back seat, and we headed across the street and in the direction of their perfect suburban family home. You sure this is what you want? You want her as the payment instead of his blood? Antonio was double-checking with me, which would have been fine on any given day besides today. Today I didn't want to be second-guessed. I had made my choice, and I was sticking to my plans. I want her. Don't touch her. Leave her to me. You take care of the parents, I hissed, my foot landing against the sidewalk on the other side of the street. Antonio checked his weapon. Excitement filled my veins. The day had finally come. My obsession, as sick as it was, would finally be complete. Riley would be mine, and I would finally be able to protect her from all the bad in the world, even if I was one of the worst criminals on the eastern seaboard. I'd make sure no one fucked with her. I'd watch over her and protect her, and if I had to, I'd kill for her. We trucked up the sidewalk and then bolted up the front steps of the house, passing a small sign that read, "Welcome, Mark, Jane, and Riley Sullivan." I kicked the sign over, my stomach turning from the knowledge of how shitty Mark was being to his wife and daughter, though all the reasons would come into light soon. All his indiscretions would be revealed, and I'd enjoy every second of making those infractions known. I lifted my hand, banging my fist against the brown wooden door. If Mark didn't open the door, I'd kick it in. I hated to be violent in Riley's presence, but someone had to wake up that dumbass who called himself Riley's dad. He didn't have to know I wasn't going to hurt his daughter. Better to make him believe she was to become my slave. Better to know he'd suffer. "Knock, knock! Open up, asshole!" Antonio slammed his fist against the door. I could hear shuffling against the floor on the other side of the door. Seconds ticked by, and my patience grew thin. If this door didn't open in 10 seconds, I was going to kick it in. "Open the door, Mark. We both know why I'm here. The longer you try and hide behind this door, the worse it's going to be for you," I growled, rubbing at my jaw. I was 6 feet 2 inches of toned muscle. If he wanted to go around with me, I'd let him, just for fun. The sound of the lock unlocking grabbed my attention, and then the door came swinging open, and sweet, innocent Riley was there.